You know, my dear students, when it comes to getting my disappointment, I love my disappointment in various forms. I like it spoon fed to me nice and raw. Trust me, I just love the way it feels in the morning. But nothing disappoints me more than seeing one of our legacy movies get completely bastardized in the dumbest way possible. Come with me now, my dear sinners. Grab your fidget spinners and your bottles of sake and your leashes because we're going pet shopping. And no, it's not the shopping that I want to do for the pet that I really want. All aboard now, the USS Retard, and welcome into Alien Earth.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Let's have some fun.
Yes, and I'm not kidding. Before we get into PetSmart version of the Xenomorph world, we're going to have to learn that this is going to be taking place 2 years before the 1979 film. You know, the one that was actually pretty freaking good at that point. But while we go through complied contrivances of characters who know absolutely nothing of what they're doing, humor that would make a 2-year-old laugh and then fall off of its chair, and then a set of characters who completely bastardize their own being by licking windows and having their own lack of self-worth. Yes, it's going to be that interesting. Trust me, I know a thing or two about licking windows. Plot contrivance number 1, you're going to have a group of ass-backwards artards that are going to be going out in the middle of space that want to return to Earth with a big group of alien nasties. Let's take a second to break down this idea. You're telling me that of all the stuff that you have out there in outer space, you want to bring that crap back to Earth. I cannot think of any time during any part of common sense where people think that this is going to be a good idea. Just study these weird-looking things out there. There is not one point in history when life has taught us to bring alien species back to a planet and things just work out easy peasy Japanesey. That just doesn't fucking happen. Oh, but what would you believe? The one plot contrivance number 2 is that aliens do what aliens do best. Trust me, I know a thing or two about being an alien myself. At least that's what my father always told me. They break loose and cause havoc upon the ship, only to jump a few months forward until they crash on Earth. Gee, I'm sure this is going to go just fine. When everything else is fine, you just have to ignore the fact that the ship that's going to be of this magnitude just explodes into the planet, even though it didn't go off like a nuclear bomb. Don't think about it. It's not that important. God, I hate myself so much right now. But speaking of hate, we're going to get to Marcy here, a terminally ill patient who's going to be brought to a secret, secluded island with someone with a lot of money who's actually a multi-billionaire. Yeah, we learned how just good that works, doesn't it, buddy? But then at Neverland Ranch Island, they're going to be taking these terminally ill children, and they are, and I shit you not, going to be going off of Peter Pan references, which are going to be blasted all over this place. Yes, I'm serious. This is going to be going through Peter Pan references, and they're going to be putting children that are going to be in adult bodies. Don't think about it. Just don't think about it. Just roll with it, okay? Trust me, you're going to love this. So Wendy and her musty band of retards, and that's the only name I can think to describe them accurately, need to go back out and get all the alien species caught back in, because if they don't, the species is going to lose them millions of dollars.
Did IQs just drop sharply while I was away?
Yes, Ripley, they absolutely did, and the retarded writing staff decided that these are going to be children going after these murderous aliens who aren't even really violent creatures. Yes, they're going to rip you and tear you to pieces, but they're literally doing that because they want to breed with you. And not the way that a lot of you would like to if you really love this show. These are children trapped in adult bodies. Your PTSD and trauma you're giving them is fucking ridiculous. They want to use your body as a fucking host. The dumbasses that decided to write this show know that they're not pets. They're not meant to be your friends. They're not meant to be experimented on. They are trying to host you to continue their species. That's it. They're not your friends. They're not their buddies. They're not your fucking pals. Speaking of somebody that you would not want to be your pal, Wendy's brother. He's going to be on the same mission, and I do not know who this actor is. I don't even feel like remembering his name, but this guy has about as much emotional range as Stephen Hawking does at a hip-hop concert. Speaking of zero emotional range, somebody tricks Wendy's special need friends in order to having a face hugger hook up on one of her other special needs little friends, only so he can find out that they can discover and study more xenomorphs, only to have the damn thing explode back out of his body and bring his carcass along just to be wasted. Speaking of a ginger carcass, we're going to be looking at this plank of wood here, and I swear to God, Ginger Jesus here has got to be one of the most unesthetically, Vilter-minded looking individuals I have ever seen. This is a major motion picture here, and there's no other real way for me to say this because I'm a complete and utter giant dickhead sometimes, but this is one of the worst casting choices you could have ever made. This thing looks like Sydney Sweeney got beaten in the face with a baseball bat that's set on fire and then put out with an extinguisher. The ass end of it. That brings us to Wendy being able to control a xenomorph and make it look like it's your fucking pet. This is not a goddamn dog. This is not something you take to the park with you. You cannot talk to these things. Why in the absolute fuck did you think that this was going to be a good idea? Oh my God, just someone please make this fucking stop. You absolutely ruined one of the best parts about the Xenomorph. You removed yourself from the mysterious element of them. When you show them in broad daylight, all you can see is what it's supposed to be now. Some jacktard in a giant rubber suit that looks like a super tight condom is on him. You missed the part when it was always shown back in the day. It was always in a dark, mysterious background. They were dark, they were gritty. The anonymity that you saw with them was always left to a mystery because you knew one of two things was going to happen. It was going to rip you to pieces, or it was going to use you as a host. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. At this point, I'm just rooting for the fucking Xenomorphs. They're the ones that need justice the most. Someone called PETA. I'm sure we have a good case on our hands here because probably some idiot would try to eat them too. But that's one of the things that they didn't understand about this show. Not knowing is some of the best artwork and direction, and even honestly, writing that you could have gotten when you decided to turn this thing into a fucking guard dog because Wendy can communicate it with now for some fucking reason, that ruins a lot of the aspect of it. Speaking of ruining the aspect, one thing that's going to ruin this show even more is the way it just suddenly abruptly ends, because now Ginger Jesus decides to turn on their assault team that decided to come there and intercept and rescue everybody. She gets taken down by her asshole of brother, and then they're able to escape the island. Oh, God. Even I didn't want to pay any much attention to the episode of the finale. And honestly, I didn't. Because that's titled Real Monsters. This is something I really had to think about when it came down to watching the show. People actually had to sit down and real human beings, multiple ones, and say that this is a good idea. This is a good show. This is a good plot. This is a good story. This took actual human intelligence, if you even want to call it that. This is one of the most disgusting things and ass backward things that I've ever had the misfortune of watching. I can say right now, do not watch this show. Do not even try to attempt it. If this is something that you enjoyed, have fun, go nuts. I commend you for it. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Alien Earth, or what is your favorite Alien movie. Trust me, Ripley wouldn't want to be watching this complete shit anyways. Oh, God. This was an absolute slop to go through. Now that the show is over, I'm going to go slip into something a little more comfortable, a little more sexy. A fucking coma. If you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't enjoy this video, thank you all so much for watching. And, as always, until we meet again.